And welcome back to Dad and Diesel, and we got Holly back here with us today. She's probably going to be on majority of the videos now on, so I guess I could stop saying, and we got Holly back today. Diesel's downstairs sleeping. It's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Woo-hoo. We're on day 9 for Holly being sober. No breaks in the plan. Doing way better than day 3 or 4 when she was having seizures and not feeling well. Yeah. How you feeling?
I feel great, actually. I have more energy. I could stay up later, get up earlier, work better. I can think smarter. I feel great.
Yeah. And during your alcoholism, you would contribute all those things, not being able to sleep, bad judgments, and horrible work sometimes, issues thinking and thinking straight. You blamed it on other stuff, but now you're starting to see that you've quit alcohol, that it was the alcohol.
Back. Yeah, it was.
The feeling miserable every day. You thought the alcohol was helping you.
Well, in a way it kind of was, because I was so deep into my addiction that not having it made me shaky, it made me tired, it made me feel bad. I was sick all the time. So not having it, I just had to go through the withdrawals and tough it out. And I did that. And now I'm at the other side of it so far. Now it's just the mental addiction I struggle with.
Yeah, she works in a gas station, and she's surrounded by alcohol bottles all day long and has to unload alcohol trucks and boxes. But so far hasn't cracked under the pressure.
No, it actually hasn't even bothered me. I was really ready to do it this time, and I think that's an important part of recovery, is that you have to want to do it in order for you to be able to succeed at it. Because if you don't want to do it, I mean, a customer offered to buy me alcohol yesterday, and I said, no, I'm a recovering alcoholic, I don't want it.
Yeah, somebody offered you a shot.
Yesterday at the beach, yeah.
Yeah, we were at the beach and swimming, and we all got sunburnt, and my feet are sunburnt. What the?
My face
what the
and
Shrek?
my stomach. You should see my daughter.
But through this, when we met, I knew she was an alcoholic, and I told her that I would not push her, but I would support her and guide her.
And be patient with me.
It was tough to watch her go through it, but
telling me no would have made me want to do it even more.
You know, I knew I just needed to support her and wait for that day, and that day came, and she looked at me and said, I'm ready. And yeah, we went to the doctor, got an appointment, and they helped her get some meds, some vitamins and stuff to help with the seizures, which she only had one, even with the medication. And so here we are on day 9,
Yay.
And we've decided to do 2 reactions today. So you're going to hopefully see 2 videos if YouTube don't get a hold of them. The first one we're going to do is Tom MacDonald and Madchild featuring Nova Rockafeller and Sober. And I was a Hog member before I met Holly, and so I'm really familiar with 80%, 90% of Tom's songs. There's some I've never heard, but Sober is one of those. It's a big one, and it was one of the first probably 2 or 3 that I heard that really caught my attention. And so I liked it, and I think she needs to hear it. The next one we're going to do is Dax, Dear Alcohol, and we'll do that here in a minute. So if you've never been here before, this is Dad. People have asked what my name is. It's James. We'll just keep calling myself Dad. And there's Holly, my fiance. She came along after we started the channel. Diesel and I started the channel, and he kind of faded off into the background. He doesn't get on video much. We did a video together the other day, and it got blocked. I told you Diesel is a jinx. Diesel cannot get on video, or YouTube blocks it for some reason. I think he's on a streak of like 15 in a row now that YouTube's blocked, and because of copyright. And people say you don't have to pause Tom MacDonald. I'm sorry, I do, because YouTube does care. Tom may not care, but YouTube cares, and I do get copyright claims and notices. and we have had one Tom MacDonald song completely blocked because we did not pause it at all. So we do got to pause. I have cut down on the pauses with Tom MacDonald. You don't have to do that as often. But so we're going to get to that today. But before we do, I want to remind you to watch the entire video. I don't care if it's my video. Whoever you're watching on YouTube, try to watch at least 3/4 of that video, if not all of it, because it really helps these YouTube artists stay functioning. That's one of the things YouTube looks at, is the length of time people watch. So please watch the whole entire video. Hit the like or dislike button. Leave a comment, good or bad. We can't fix what you don't like if you don't tell us. So let us know. I got some pretty thick skin, and even though she's a millennial, her skin's a little thick.
I'm a mom.
It's thick enough that it ain't going to hurt her feelings, but she's going to come back at you with some words or some fists.
I will not.
So watch the whole entire video, leave a comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Come on, man, let's do this.
What up, y'all? My name's Tom. Little while back was an alcoholic. Had a mental breakdown like a year ago. Came close to put me in a coffin. Damn. After the hooker I loved, after I did all the drugs, after I finally got fired for showing up late to the job, hella tired and drunk, after the oxys I put up my nose with my boss on the...
Alright, you've been late a couple of times, but I think one of the biggest things that happened at work is, I'm going to throw it out there because it happened, is you fell asleep.
Yeah, on the bathroom floor
at work.
And my boss caught me. I mean, my legs were hurting and I was drunk, obviously. So I laid down on the bathroom floor because it was cold, and it helped my legs feel better. Next thing I know, my boss was waking me up.
Yeah, and we're not going to tell you where she works or what her bosses' names are, but they are amazing bosses.
They're incredible.
Because they've been very patient.
So much for me.
There's been days they smelt alcohol on you. Matter of fact, you got a write-up for it. And most jobs you would have been fired that day.
Absolutely. These are the best bosses on the whole planet.
And you're probably going to eventually quit here in the near future, and it's probably going to hurt you because they've been good.
They've been really good, and I think that's why I'm still working. Even though you've offered me the opportunity to go back to being a stay-at-home mom, I handle so much important stuff there. They have me on the important days, and I don't want to let them down.
He put oxys up his nose. I don't think you ever got addicted to. They call that hillbilly heroin. Watch out, cat. The last time you stepped on the keyboard, you messed up everything. We got a wild cat. He is something else.
We live in a zoo.
We only got 2 cats and 3 dogs.
3 dogs.
But 2 of the dogs are outside. All right, here we go. Come on, Tom. Tell us those words of yours.
I'm hella tired and drunk. After the oxys I put up my nose with my boss on the oil rigs when I was young. After my ex cut her wrist and the cops thought I stabbed her and beat me and put me in cuffs. After I totaled my car trying to run from the cops with a kilo of coke in the trunk. After I drank till I rotted my teeth out, my head got infections in all of my gums. After I couldn't get hard cause the vodka and porno sedated me till I was numb. After I couldn't escape from the basement I rented and went to go live with my mom. After I cheated on people I needed and lied trying to hide from the guy that I was. Then I got sober, the madness was over.
Oh man, I got chills.
You've been through a lot over the years. I don't know how much you want to share on here, but I know you've been through a lot.
Weed, cocaine.
You've been
Those
arrested.
were never really habits, but...
You've been arrested.
Mostly for traffic tickets.
You've been thrown in the back of a cop car because they thought you assaulted someone, but you actually defended yourself.
Yeah, I had cracked ribs from my ex-boyfriend's 25-year-old son, and they charged me with assault because I scratched him.
You've been depressed and down.
All my life.
A lot of stuff he talked about you could probably relate to.
I can see it in his face, and not just in his face, but the cast. Like he's in an AA meeting, and you can see it on their faces that they understand what he goes through too.
And so
I've been there. A lot of people have been there.
Yeah, I have never suffered addictions. I'm addicted to you. Soda. I'm addicted to soda.
Not really. You call that
cola,
drinking heavy.
pop, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, when I go, I had a rough day, I'm drinking heavy, and I'll go get a Coke. And if I really want to drink heavy, I mix it with Sprite. I know, big baller, shot collar, 20-inch blades on the Impala. Yeah, I'm so gangster. Here we go.
Here's what I found online.
Couldn't escape from the basement I rented and went to go live with my mom. After I cheated on people I needed and lied trying to hide from the guy that I was. Then I got sober, the madness was over. Now I am proud of the man I become, yeah. I'm finally someone that I know again. I started climbing out the hole I'm in. Fighting demons and I know I'll win. It's time for me to mend these broken ways. Life has been hard, I know it gets better. This is a war that I'll fight forever.
Wow.
I had my scars, I always remember when I lost it all and never surrendered.
I love their passion, their fight. Like that, you can tell that they're fighting. It's not just in the lyrics; it's in their body language. And you could tell they've been through it in real life too. Oh, it's okay, baby.
What a lot of people don't realize is what they put their loved ones through.
Yeah, that is true. I think that we're too busy trying to figure out how to handle it ourselves. We just don't know how to account for everyone else. Like, I realize what I put my daughters through, having them watch me go through this, and what you have had to watch me go through. And
You feel hopeless and you want to help, and you know there's just nothing you can really do. It's not like a fever, I could put a rag on
you guys.
It's not like you had a fever and I could put a rag on your forehead and make it go away, or you have a sunburn, I can put some aloe vera on it, or you got a boo-boo and I can put a Band-Aid on it.
I don't think the addicts really set out to hurt their loved ones.
It's
They're just trying to heal themselves, and it's kind of I think addictions play into it whenever you don't even know how to help yourself.
What up, y'all? My name's Madchild. I've been off to Xannies for a while now. I was waking up feeling suicidal, but I think I'm finally starting to smile now. Man, I lived a hell of a life. I've been to hell and back twice. Lost $10 million, 3 different addictions. Don't tell me about paying the price. From penthouses with top models, hanging with strippers with pop bottles. Anxious and hiding alone in my room from the world that was pissing in pop bottles. From chart top and being a role model to flop records and lost follows. When I cop product, got a month's worth. When I left the spot, cops followed. Saw a photo, it was only face, cause I was 85 pounds overweight. Mental breakdown trying to catch a plane. Wasn't mad, child, I was only Shane. My puppy Lola was my only gang. Had to put my baby in a grave. I walked away from every brick I laid so I could build a new wall to keep me safe.
I'm finding someone that I know again.
Oh, that just reminds me so much of what I went through over this last week. And what I've gone through so many times, like the way he's shaking like that. He's hot and he's cold and he's sweating and he's... It's miserable, shaky, nauseous. Feeling like the only way to fix it is to get that next fix.
I think both Tom and his part, I think was representing them going through the withdrawals and quitting.
Are awful.
And I've never heard of Madchild till I started listening to
This is the first time I've heard of him.
Tom MacDonald, and apparently he was starting to become a big deal, and then got busted, like you said, with some drugs in I think in an airport or something. And he talked about putting a dog down. You lost a dog in the last couple of years, and so some family members, and so in the alcohol, I think.
No, with me, the alcohol didn't play into it. That was how I used to cope with it. I've
Right.
buried
That's
children.
That's where I was
lost
getting at.
everything over and over again before I ever started doing alcohol. And then one day I broke.
Now,
I didn't know what to do.
You did not become an alcoholic till about 5 years ago?
3.
3 years ago.
But I hit it hot and heavy. I never do anything halfway.
Yeah.
My kids used to bring me my emotional support animal and my line. And just thinking back on that, it's so embarrassing, and it kind of just makes me feel even worse about the situation, because my kids are always with me. So it's not like that. It's not like I could ever hide that from them. They know everything that I do, and letting them see me watch it is probably my biggest regret.
And maybe us making these videos, we can inspire just one person. Just one.
Yeah,
We'll
they
change
look
one
at
life
you.
or something.
They watch everything that you do, and you think they like seeing their mom. They actually grew away from me more. Like, we used to be just tied to the hip, and I mean, granted, they are teenagers now, but
Modern
I really
teenagers.
think that it ruined our relationship a lot. It damaged it a lot for them to have to see me go through that and do that to myself and do that to them, because it wasn't just me fighting that battle, it was them too.
Wall to keep me safe.
I'm finding someone that I know again. I started climbing out the hole I'm in, fighting demons and I know I'll win. It's time for me to mend these broken wings. Life has been hard, I know it gets better. This is a war that I'll fight forever. I had my scars, I'll always remember when I lost it all and never surrendered. When you fall down, the world's closing in. You can get up again, up again. Life has been hard, I know it gets better. This is a war that I'll fight forever. I had my scars, I'll always remember when I lost it all and never surrendered.
All right, you see a bunch of links down there. Be sure to go support all three of these artists down there below. Another emotional reaction because it's personal. We've lived it. We know what it's like. This is a little off topic, but I do have squirrel syndrome. I wondered if those extras went home and go, I'm in some music video, some dude named Tom MacDonald. We'll just go check it out on YouTube, and now I bet they show everybody.
I wonder if they were actually,
That's what I was about to get at. I wonder if they were actual.
because they really looked like they understood what he
Yeah.
was saying.
Yeah, they did. And
What was it about whenever they were disappearing? Does that mean they recovered or they
I was
died?
thinking that. I was thinking that maybe they relapsed.
Yeah, I was wondering.
That some of them maybe relapsed, maybe, because it happens. And so I was watching to see if they were still in the video, and they were still in the video. So I was thinking that too when they were disappearing. I'm thinking,
Look at her, she's crying.
yeah, I noticed that during the video. I thought that was maybe a true reaction that she was going through. And then there's parts in there where that lady right there,
Yeah, that lady.
she was really,
powerful.
she was really intrigued with what Madchild was saying, or Madchild. I called him Madchild. Oh, this is that comedian the other day. Anyway, inside stuff. She really looks interested in what he's doing. I know they're lip syncing. Maybe they told her to look like that. Anyway, very emotional. We've lived it. I wasn't the one addicted, but I lived the pain. Just because you're not the one addicted doesn't mean you don't live the pain every day. And sometimes, while people are under these substances, whether it's cocaine or marijuana or alcohol or ecstasy or whatever it is, sometimes they don't realize it at the time. Or they do, but the addiction is just so strong.
So strong.
that-
It really.
So did you?
It hurt me during my addiction to watch you.
But what did you tell yourself? It's going to be okay one day. I mean,
I always knew that it was going to be okay one day. I just knew that I had to be ready.
how did seeing your loved ones hurting Did that make
I
you
was
feel? Did that make you
ashamed.
want to drink more?
Yeah, of course it did.
Yeah.
I was ashamed during the addiction process, looking at you and having them see me and needing a bottle of wine. Like, you know, I tried to hide it from the children. I would have you go get me a bottle of wine without them knowing.
And we'd be driving down the road, and you'd just be driving down the road.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm like, babe, we just passed a cop. And
I didn't care.
Missouri doesn't have open container laws, but still.
Yeah, you weren't the one drinking,
also,
and I wasn't the one driving, so I justified it in my head. But honestly, I couldn't stop shaking. I would be shaking while I'm drinking.
Yeah, and I do a lot of community things. You know, I do a lot of charity events for children and stuff. And I'm like, babe, I do have to worry about.
I would go to church
being
after
positive.
drinking. I would have a drink
Yeah.
before church. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't go anywhere
I've seen you
without it.
drink in the parking lot at church.
Yeah.
So
I try to be a little bit more discreet about it, especially around the children and around the community. But
wonder how many times we went somewhere and somebody smelt it but didn't say nothing. Anyway, very powerful song. We love Tom MacDonald. This is a Hog House Hangover gang. Us two are kids. You know, Diesel, my other son Anthony, and her daughter. And I'm sure when, if you haven't seen in the comments, Aaron's coming. We call her JJ. When JJ comes here, I'm ready to see what she says about Tom MacDonald. We really don't know about if she likes him or not. She did comment on the last video. She'll be coming, and she has a list.
yes, she does.
She'll be on
has a
video
list of
eventually.
things that she wants us to
So
listen
be on
to.
the lookout for that. But I'm thankful you joined us today, and keep your stories coming. The last video when we exposed that she was now sober and going through withdrawals, we got a lot of encouraging, inspiring
and I
messages.
thank you so much for that. That was very, very motivational.
We got people opening up, telling us their stories, and that's one reason I wanted this to happen. I told her, let's put this on. Now, I wanted to go to the extreme. I wanted to do a video every day for 2 weeks, and of course, that's a little much for a family like us right now. We're really busy, and I understood what she said. I don't know about that. Let's just do the occasional video. I wanted to blog the experience and record it, but I understandably did not want the experience recorded, and I understand that, and I respect that. But we will keep you updated, and eventually, you know, it'll just, instead of being once or twice a week, it'll be once or twice a month, and then eventually once or twice a year, and then hopefully.
Right now, the biggest challenge that I face is very vivid dreams of alcohol.
Of drinking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, I had like multiple back-to-back dreams of drinking Fireball last night.
Yeah. Fireball and
Wine.
wine was her two. What kind of wine?
Pinot Grigio.
I always had to go find it. If the store didn't have it, I had to drive around town looking for it.
Yep, we even have the last bottle that I drank dated and set next to the bed, and that's kind of a reminder. I might make a lamp out of it or something.
Yeah, or fill it with sand, or
It's a reminder of how far I'm stepping up and what I'm trying to do with my life as opposed to where it was before. I have no reason to be unhappy anymore, so I have no reason to have a crutch. You're my crutch.
All right, hit that like button, subscribe button, leave comments, check out the links below, and come back and check us out, and we'll try to get to that Dear Alcohol here in a minute, and maybe release both of these later this afternoon. And happy Father's Day, and thank you for joining us, man. Come on.